Hi, I'm Dr. Sage Breslin. I was speaking with a client earlier today about the notion of how we identify things that are getting in our way and then releasing and then moving forward. And this isn't rocket science. We've been talking about it a lot. I post on it a lot. And yet, there's something that is challenging and enigmatic about this process of letting things go and moving on. If we have a piece of our past kind of squarely in front of us, then we can't move forward until we place the past behind us. But if the past is something grisly or worrisome or anxiety provoking, I don't know about you, but I don't want to place it behind me and then keep on looking back to see if it's going to hurt me again. And so, for those of us who have had, particularly bad experiences, we do tend to keep them right in front of us where we can keep our eyes on them. That unfortunately really slows or completely prohibits our forward movement. So we've been talking, in the last few weeks about this process of identifying the obstacles to forward movement. And I think that many people have spoken to the fact that it's necessary. We need to be able to say, these are my limiting beliefs. These are my thoughts that get in my way. These are the unhealthy relationships that stop me from moving forward. Um, these are the circumstances that I place myself in that really aren't healthy for me, aren't good for me, don't let me grow and become empowered. And that's great. That is the first step for sure. And there are lots of different ways to get there. But that second step that I think gets missed is that once we know what those limiting beliefs or circumstances or relationships or dynamics are, we actually have to honor them. What, she says? What are you saying, Sage? Yeah, we have to honor them. How often do you take time to actually acknowledge and be gracious towards your flaws, so to speak? When was the last time you said, you know, I gotta just really be thankful for the fact that I keep on sabotaging myself. I'm clearly slowing down my progress so I can look at this more carefully. And you know what? Thank you. That's done something for me. It's counterintuitive. It's bizarre to say that. And yet, if we don't take the time to really not only evaluate what it is that we are involving ourselves in that doesn't allow us to move forward, but if we aren't actually compassionate with ourselves, if we're not gracious with ourselves and those dynamics, they keep coming back. They keep coming back. So the only way we can actually resolve those dynamics or beliefs that get in our way is to actually not only understand what it is that we've done by placing them or placing ourselves in those circumstances, but also to really acknowledge that there was some hidden value or there was some not so hidden value in what we did for ourselves. I often think that I think of this dynamic when you're driving along and somebody stops in front of you, or you hit every single traffic light, right? And you could get angry and you could get stressed and say, oh my God, I'm not going to get to work on time. I'm not getting home on time. The kids are going to have to wait 5 seconds while I get there to get them from school or sports or whatever. And if we can just take a breath and just for a moment consider, what if God's stepping in our way so that we miss that accident that's about to happen, or diverts us to go, on a detour so that we can avoid something? I'm not even sure we need to know what the something is. But if we can allow ourselves that space of gratitude to say, all right, I got it. You clearly have something in store for me here. So I'm going to take a deep breath and I'm going to, tune in my music and I'm going to enjoy my time in the car. because there's no use or value resisting what's going on. We can also approach ourselves and our circumstances, the activities and the actions that we engage in with the same level of gratitude and compassion. We can look at that unhealthy relationship that we just insisted in staying in, and we can say, okay, I get it. You needed more time to really know how bad that was for you. Yeah, yeah, I think you got it now. I don't think you'll ever forget that. We often will remain in unhealthy work circumstances. I was talking with another client today about being in this position of knowing that the workplace was unhealthy and still insisting on staying because there was money on the table, and he didn't want to walk away from the money on the table, and yet it all seemed like a bad idea, except that some portion of it had this sort of hidden value. Being able to say, okay, thank you, body, for letting me trudge through that. Thank you for, giving me such, ungodly amount of time in that unhealthy workplace so that I could really come to understand what my value is and the kind of workplace I deserve to be in. And the kind of workplace I want to be in and that I am going to place myself in next time. So that taking that time to be gracious with yourself, to be compassionate for yourself, to be compassionate for the decisions that you make is a big portion of moving forward, of letting go. So, that first step of connecting and gleaning what those obstacles are, what those decisions are, what those circumstances and dynamics are. That second step of really honoring what that experience was. The third step will be learning to let go, creating ritual around letting go. So that fourth step of getting clear vision of the path ahead can be fun and invigorating and exciting. So if you are ready to move forward, you are welcome to enroll in our new online experience. It's an interactive 8-week online experience. It will be meeting Thursdays via Zoom for 8 weeks in a row at noontime PST, and will also include 2 personal coaching hours with me and a copy of my newest book, Breaking Through. So if you'd like to do that, in the comments below will be the opportunity to do so. Look forward to seeing you enroll and look forward to working with you. Bye-bye.